We begin in Pakistan, where the government has decided to launch a new nationwide military operation to root out Islamist militants. The move was announced by country's National Security Committee on Friday. The meeting was chaired by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and was attended by country's top military leadership. A committee has been formed to make recommendations within 2 weeks regarding the details of the operations. Some analysts say this might be a pretext for the government to delay provincial elections, it is under pressure to hold next month after the Supreme Court order. The government says that the worsening security situation means the provincial elections would have to be delayed. The decision to launch the military operations comes amid Pakistan's ongoing severe economic and political crisis. Carrying out the operation at this time could be a costly move for Pakistan. Amid skyrocketing inflation, Pakistan is currently facing the risk of a default due to its massive external debt. According to a prominent U.S. think tank, United States Institute of Peace, Pakistan needs to repay a whopping $77.5 billion in external debt from April 2023 to June 2026. The problem has been compounded by the derailment of the International Monetary Fund bailout program. Pakistan's finance minister was scheduled to meet top IMF officials and multilateral creditors in a bid to secure stalled funding. However, he cancelled the visit, citing domestic political turmoil. Referring to the intense political battle between the government and former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan. Apart from this, the country also faces a constitutional crisis as it witnessed a dissent in its judiciary. 2 judges have challenged Pakistan Chief Justice's powers to form a bench or take suo motu notices. Pakistan had launched a similar operation in 2014 and it cost the country billions of dollars while 1 million people were displaced and hundreds were killed. In the last few months, Pakistan has seen a rise in terrorist attacks. Attacks have been carried out by the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, or the TTP, after negotiations between government and the militant group broke down last year. This year, the group and its factions unleashed a wave of attacks, including a suicide bombing at a mosque in the northwestern city of Peshawar that killed over 100 people, mostly policemen. And for more on this, joining us live from Islamabad is Dr. Hamid Al-Mashraki, who is a journalist and also an international affairs expert. Dr. Hamid, welcome to the program.
My pleasure. Thank you, Eric.
What are the authorities saying to justify their decision to conduct this military operation against militants, and why are they conducting this operation now?
Thank you very much, Eric. Yes, there is no doubt that there is a certain increase in terrorist attacks and terrorist activities in Pakistan for the last about few months. And I mean, since Pakistan is fighting against the terrorism for the last 2 decades, and we have paid the price of over 70,000 civilians and security forces' lives. So Pakistan cannot take the risk of jeopardizing the peace which we have achieved after giving such a big sacrifice. And that's why the government and the security agencies believe that they need to stop this new wave of terrorism as soon as possible rather than getting it spreaded, because this is the new terrorism wave is infiltrated from the proxies in Afghanistan, and they are sponsored. Pakistan believe they are sponsored from other foreign countries as well, and this is what Pakistan is trying to stop, that terrorism for any further spreading. And I think this will not be a very big operation like in past. Rather, it will be a targeted operation to the terrorist safe havens and their safe houses, and it will not displace the people like that in the last operation when we have over 1 million people displaced internally.
Dr. Hamid, some critics say this operation might be a pretext for the government to delay provincial elections. What say you?
Yeah, definitely, Eric. It will give an edge to the government that they can make this, operation as an excuse to delay the election, which has been, ordered by the Supreme Court as well. And we have seen that Imran Khan, a former prime minister, is very much eager that there must be elections as soon as possible, because he believes that political stability is attached to the economical stability. It is related to bring the stability and peace in the country. As long as there will be a strong government, as you know, Imran Khan is enjoying very much popularity at the moment, and he believes the sooner election will give him a landslide victory, and that's all surveys are saying. So, I mean, obviously, we do understand that the government would try to use that excuse to delay the elections or by October or maybe further. But I believe that it will be very hard and very challenging for the government to be able to convince Supreme Court again that they want to delay the elections because of this excuse or because of the reasons that security forces are going to start the operation.
Right. How difficult will it be for the government to, neutralize a group such as the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan or the TTP? What would the authorities need to combat such a large force?
To be honest, there are two ways. One is obviously stopping all their supplies, which they are getting support from, Afghanistan, and then the government believes that they are getting support from India and other, countries as well in terms of foreign, money and other resources. So one is to stop any kind of infiltration, and secondly, there has to be a very targeted intelligence-based operations, and they have to crack down against the leadership rather than targeting only the workers or the sleeping cells. As long as they would be able to target the leadership of TTP, that is the only way to control it, because Pakistan have tried to do the dialogues and negotiations with them for the last 2 years and even prior to that. And I mean, we do get a temporary peace or ceasefire between TTP and Pakistan security forces, but it never lasted long for many reasons. So I think they need to bring to the justice. That is the only way.
All right, Dr. Hamid Al-Mashraki, journalist and international affairs expert, thank you very much for talking to WION World is One today.
Thank you, my pleasure.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.